See, I forgot to unplug. I'm that out of it. Lots of buzzing. I can barely hear you. Okay, what about now? Is it better? It shouldn't be better. It should be better now that I'm unplugged. Interference. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, I apologize. See, I've had a very long week this week. And 3 days that were really, really freaking rough, and I'm having a hard time tonight. So, but I wanted to come on early and be here. I had an unexpected conversation with somebody on Friday, and it made me realize some things. So I pretty much have a standard response is that if people want to talk to me, they can message, and we'll try to figure out a timeline and have a conversation, hopefully via video. And so, yeah, I did that on Friday, and I got asked a lot of political questions. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I became aware of, you got through it. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being in chat, Cheryl and Kitty Cattywhack, and the others who are listening. Anyway, as an ET abductee and forced participant in global government ET human programs, it's not easy to deal with it. Oh, God. Thank you. That's heartfelt. I appreciate that very, very much. And need to personally know people before I can say love you. But I mean, I do love you guys because you're my peeps. You ask great, phenomenal questions, and that's definitely needed. And you keep me on my toes. That's also important. Anyway, so with the questions that I was asked, it really made me realize. I mean, I knew it before, but when it's kind of in your face, you make realizations and you figure everything out. Hello, Henry. How you doing? Henry Martinez. Hi. Oh, wow. 11-1 on the number. So, in other words, 111. And that's going to mean something to somebody. Anyway. So, the questions I was being asked deal with ufology, extraterrestrials, and the political arena that's currently going on. And I was absolutely fascinated by the question. Very wonderful. Okay, down a bit. There we go. Very wonderful questions. Very well thought out. Very well worded. But I need folks to understand who do watch and who do follow me on a regular basis. ETs, extraterrestrials, are not our save all of humanity type of situation. It's not like that. Each country has its own government. Each government is not going to allow a extraterrestrial to take over the country. These are not stupid questions. These are logical, thought-provoking questions from public who do have questions, who are not part of ufology, who do not understand the background or the role of what has been going on. And this, it was a heck of an eye-opener to me, again, because I've had this conversation with people time and time again. Not to this level, because I do want to say these are extremely well thought out, very specific questions that I was asked. And I'm incredibly grateful and thankful to the person, or people, I should say, who thought it all up, who created the questions, because they were, wow, truly mind-bending. Things that I never anticipated, things that I never expected to hear. But please understand that I'm not an expert. And that's what I told this person. I'm not an expert. I'm an experiencer who has a great deal of knowledge, just like many other ET abductees who are experiencers, who do remember their experiences, who do have conversations, whether they're verbal or telepathic conversations with whatever extraterrestrial they're in communication with. I want it fully understood that extraterrestrials are not the be-all, end-all to humanity. They're not here to save us. And I shouldn't say that surprises me. It does, but it doesn't at the same time. So if you know anything about ufology, or if you know anything about extraterrestrials, or even follow ufology, the ufology community in whatever way, please understand they're not here to save us. They're here to guide, if possible. The other thing that I needed to have folks understand is that there are two different sides to, well, technically three different sides regarding extraterrestrials. There's the ones who are working with global government, okay? They've been working with the global government for over 90 years that I am aware of, that I am personally firsthand have read documents, government documents. I wouldn't call them astronauts. They've been around planets on multiple different planets for millions of years. And see, that to me is just mind-bending. But the thing is that they're not going to come in and take over every country's government, okay? That's not a goal. That's not popularization of ETs on this planet. So I had also questions about nuclear weapons and why ETs shut down nuclear weapons. Great questions. I'm not wording it anywhere near. These are very well thought out questions. So ETs don't want us to destroy our planet. That's the basis right there. And we are doing that by using nuclear weapons. Why do you think they shut down missile silos, nuclear missile silos? There were two major explosions on this planet, big booms, different countries. One was testing, one was on another country. And ETs saw how that... Oh, good, Claire, I finally found you again. Good. Click on subscribe. So I'm just a little self promo here. Click on subscribe, but when you click on subscribe, click all, because that way you'll receive all notifications. That's the only way that I'm able to get any notifications from anybody anymore with YouTube. For whatever reason, the personalization does not work with me. Especially for certain channels. So just an FYI, click on subscribe and click on all when you scroll down in the subscription section. Anyway, because that's the only way that I can get word out. We'll do things. Yeah, you're welcome, Clara. Hello, Oz00. I think that's an I or an L. Can't tell with this lighting. You had back surgery. Amber Phillips. Oh my gosh. Oh my honey, I'm so sorry you had back surgery. I can't say that I know what that's like, but I've had severe. That's the other problem that I've been having this week. Okay, so I just want to be sure that I got everybody. Yeah, I couldn't walk yesterday. That was fun. I was able to walk and then sat in a chair. Wrong kind of chair, and sat in it too long, and then I could barely walk after that. And then I couldn't walk. So, if you have back problems, be sure that you're not sitting in the wrong kind of chair, and for goodness sake, don't sit in it for very long. Yeah, it's been a really wild week. Anyhow, so ETs are not the catch-all, be-all, and savior. Please stop thinking of them that way. This is not something like that. So like I said, there's two sides. You got the global governments who are working with ET. Then, I keep saying two sides. Technically, there's three. Then you've got extraterrestrials who work with what I know as the consortium. Everybody else calls it the Galactic Federation. That is not what I know it as. That's not what the ETs have told me. Excuse me. And so then the third one is the love and lights. Those who are very much into love and light and wanting to have humans to have higher consciousness, higher levels of consciousness. And there are multiple levels of higher consciousness. And that's something that a lot of the public does not wrap their head around because, hello, you aren't told that. And so it basically becomes you've got two groups who want betterment for humanity, or who are trying to, or one of them who is trying to save not only humans, but also ETs. Hang on one second, folks. I don't know if they're going to hear me, but we'll see. Anyway. So I just got a notification. That's what that was all about. Anyway, so you've got the ones you got the ETs who are working with global governments who are doing nefarious things. Things that I've witnessed that are just so disagree with. There are aspects of it that I don't disagree with, but there's a major amount of it that I do disagree with. And then you've got the oh, hey, Sedona Water. Hi, how you doing? That's right. Hello, happy Mother's Day. Hey, thank you. Hey, Drew. Drew's in the house. Hi, hon. I'll get into that in a minute, Sedona. You might have to remind me. I'm going to have to, because there's a kind of a set thing that I want to do, but remind me later on, like probably a half hour later from now, put it in all caps. Because I do want to respond to that. But I want to get through this other stuff tonight first. So the ones with what I know as the consortium, aka the Galactic Federation, they're trying to save multiple different species, mostly one, but there's multiples. Hence the hybridization. It goes into much more than just that, but that's it in a nutshell. And the love and light, I mean, they'll make contact with who they feel they can make contact with. If you've got people who are out doing night watch, couldn't think of what it was called, night watches. And if you've got the right energy, stupid squeaky chair. If you've got the right energy and the right intent, they will contact you. But those are the ones who are the love, kind of like the love and light, and the ones who want betterment for humanity, higher consciousness betterment for humanity. So that's very well known. But you have to understand, when I say ETs are not the be-all to end all in humanity, they're not going to take over our governments. They're not going to take each country's government. It's not that kind of a situation. We have to get ourselves out of certain things that we've done to this planet. And that's essentially it. It's also teaching some of that. Hannah, hello, Nikki. How are you? Tired. I'm good, but I'm tired right now. In 30 minutes, lost a great. Oh my God, sweetie, I'm sorry. Thank you for doing the reminder. Amy, is this the reason they want to save the Earth primarily to save their hybridization program and not out of goodness of their hearts? No, they're trying to save. They're doing they're doing more than two things. They're trying to educate via us abductees, but they're also okay, we're going through this again. Just a minute. We're not doing this. Not dealing with this. I will, if you start being rude in my chat, if you cannot behave yourself and start saying very rude things, especially of a sexual nature, I will remove your ass. I will time you out for 24 hours or I will block your ass. Do not start this shit on my channel. You've been warned. All right. If you have questions, please put everything in all caps. Back to Amy's question, is the reason they want to save the Earth primarily to save their hybridization program and not out of the goodness of their hearts? So as I understand it, the consortium, aka Federation, Global or Galactic Federation, they're looking to save, because they are a group of a massive amount of extraterrestrials. We're talking over 2,500 species, way over 2,500 species that are involved in this federation, this consortium. And so it's about what they think that they can do to help a species or to save a species. I know that humans are not the only ones that they've done this to. I do not know the others. I don't know who they are. I don't know what species of being they are, but I know that humans are not alone in this. I know that other species, other types of beings, they've helped. So why they do this, I do not know. I would imagine some of them have family in other species of beings, in humans. I don't have all the answers to that question, Amy. But it's not just the goodness out of their hearts. It really boils down to dealing with, oh, thank you, Drew. It really boils down to dealing with saving lives in different ways, or building and creating, saving genetics. When I asked, I can't remember how I worded the question, but when I asked them something along the lines of, so why do this? Because they believe in saving as many as they possibly can. Uh-huh. All right, I am done with that shit. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, major troll night. Counters by themselves to believe in things closed and just. Okay, you got either a spirit or, ouch, something else in there. Somebody wants your attention. If you've got if you've got things flying off your counter, that's paranormal. Okay, you are a problem. There we go. Finally kicked in. Gizlet, you are blocked. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Animals won't do that. Human spirits will, but not human animals. Unless that specific dog was large enough to reach the counter and did that kind of stuff. I used to know a woman who rescued a very large dog. I was trying to word this very carefully, and hopefully not get into trouble. And this dog loved raw meat and used to stand up and put his paws and part of his chin on the counter to watch this person cut up fresh meat and then beg for it. So unless you have a dog that is very large and did that kind of thing, now he did not push stuff off the counter, but he used to stand upright on his back, on his hind legs, and put his, I call it their elbows, I don't know what the hell to call it, their elbow down to their paws onto the counter. Oh, we've got a 5. All right, we've got you. Here we go. Thank you, Drew. So basically, you're dealing with a situation where the ETs are trying to save different species for one reason or another. And those reasons, if they're with the, to my understanding, to my knowledge, if they are with the Galactic Federation or the Consortium, it's an agreed upon species that they're saving. It's an agreed upon by all of the ones that are representing their species in this consortium federation type of situation. So hopefully that will answer that question, Amy. That much I know. This is mutually agreed upon by those vast amount of races. That's how I understand it. Okay, these driving me nuts. I need one ear slightly off, and then I move this down. Just there we go. Okay. So hopefully that answered your question, Para. Or not, I'm sorry, I looked down and saw Para's name. I hope that answers your question, Amy. But please know that these, yeah, I know. Don't worry about it, Para. Yeah, it's definitely fixed. So each account they're coming in on, Para, I'm reporting them, and they're getting blocked. So, excuse me. Hopefully that will take care of the situation. Hopefully. But if they have other accounts, then we're going to have to go through the other accounts too. I hope it's fixed. Anyway, Jesse, space races. Yeah, it's very much, yeah, reporting to the space. Yeah, we'll see if YouTube takes that seriously, because they're doing multiple different forms of harassment. Anyway, about this stuff, the political things. So they're not here to rescue us. None of them are here to rescue us. We are to rescue ourselves. But that means that you have to. Hey, Jacqueline. That means that everything for humans, we have to work together to save our planet. Yeah, I will in just a moment, Clara. No. Says Liot? Is that like Charlotte in a different language? Anyway, are you gay? No. I'm heterosexual. Could you scroll back? Okay, yeah. No, because I've got some, there's specific things that I want to get to, so I will get back to that in just a minute. And I had to have somebody else wait as well, so you're going to have to wait for the rest of this. Because of how my week has gone, I need to focus on this first before I get into those other things. It's how my brain is operating tonight. So I have to do this for my sake as well as everybody else's, and then we'll get into those things. So basically, some of the other questions that I had regarding the political arena, and the different wars and the different weapons used and things of that nature, they will keep an eye on what we're doing. What ended up taking place regarding those two weapons being used, one in, I believe, Nevada, and the other one was in Japan, long time ago, that created according to what I understand from ETs, that created some kind of ripple effect. Scientifically created some kind of ripple effect throughout our galaxy. and really made some kind. I mean, it brought them. They noticed us. Let's put it that way. They don't want that to ever happen again because it does affect not just our planet, but other planets in our galaxy. So, oh, here we go again, folks. Winston Smith from Chicago. I'm not answering that question. Marilena. Hi, Marilena. How you doing, hon? Some interesting lines tonight. Yeah, no kidding. Yet they allow certain ETs to work with the global governments to interfere all they want. Isn't that an unfair test? Yes. I agree. I have no answers for that, Amy. And everybody can be pissed off at me all you want. It's not going to get you your answers. I don't know why that's allowed. I do not understand it, nor do I give two shits to understand it, because it really pisses me off. And I've had enough shit and enough detrimental things happen in my life so that I am trying to maintain as healthy of a mentality as I can. And if I start focusing really, really hard on very specific things and am always pissed off throughout every single day and becoming so upset over every little thing regarding what's taking place on this planet, I will not survive mentally. This is, in order to survive the kind of shit that goes on in my life, okay, we're up to number 8. In order to handle all the shit that goes on in my life with the ETs, I got abducted this week. I got really freaking pissed off. I'm still pissed off over it. But I don't spend every waking moment of my life being pissed off. That would be ridiculous. I do not want people get really upset over the fact that I do not watch news. I do not keep updated with what is going on this planet. If I do, I end up having really significant psychic visions, one after another and I can't handle it. I'm like, no, there's things I need to know and things I absolutely do not need to know. And I, for example, I was out and about on Friday. I was running errands. And I went into a business and had one of the most shocking to me on the spot psychic visions, and it severely affected me because it was with regards to the people that I knew that I was talking to at the time. Yeah, yeah, they are. I agree, Marilena, they are. Clear Blue Lakes. Oh, I already know I need therapy, counseling over the anger aspect of it. I found out this week some really major information, and it was really hard for me to handle. So not only was I abducted, I had very, very severe So not only was I abducted, I had a very, very severe physical reaction on three, technically, separate body issues. And my back reacted. And simply doing a meditation when you have a bad back, you need to be sure that you are sitting completely comfortably. Even if you think you are, get completely readjusted and make sure that you are, because that screwed up my back for a number of days. And I found out some information on top of it that was already really difficult. Okay, so this astral, yeah, there's different sections of this. You got global governments working with ETs who end up making it to where you can be having conversations with them either in astral, because they can control your brain a very specific way, or in higher consciousness, and they can steal it. They can literally steal a form of a level, a higher consciousness level. They can actually steal it from you. Yeah, that's a real pisser. I take great freaking issue with that. So you have to understand 11 and 12 exist. Okay, if he comes in, we'll just continue. Thank you, Parrot. We'll just continue doing what I'm doing. Yeah, ghost frequency. Yeah, ghost frequency is a different ballgame. So I'm going to have to scroll really far back up in order to find the other questions. So I want to be sure that I do get to those tonight. It take me a bit. So political questions do not have anything to do with extraterrestrials. In the grand scheme of things, when the rubber meets the road, the ETs are not controlling this planet. They are dealing with global governments who are controlling this planet. They are being used by global governments with this planet. That's the difference. Please learn this. Please understand that. That is what is taking place. It is not the ETs running this planet. At least not the surface of this planet. Inner Earth, different ballgame altogether, in my opinion. But also, just remember, those of us that are talking about these experience, 2112 on the numbers, those of us who are out here talking about our experiences, none of us are experts. We're all experiencers. We've all experienced some different level of the extraterrestrials. Keep that in mind. I'm still trying to remember everything. I don't have memory of many of my children. That was one of the things I got so pissed off with the ETs this time, was that I wasn't allowed to remember my circadian rhythm bonding share time with my son, my most current hybrid son. Pissed me off. I was livid on Wednesday. I was really freaking pissed off over it. It's not okay. Whoops. Hang on. I can't seem to grasp. There we go. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Bum, bum. Thank you, Para. Thank you, Drew. Okay. Oh, yeah, been there, Marilena. Freezing cold, scared. Yeah, it's a lot when you start dealing with paranormal stuff. I get it. Yeah, whack-a-moles. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so there are all different kinds of extraterrestrials. There are, and they will speak. If you're having a telepathic connection, they can speak dang near every one of, as far as I know, they can speak every one of the human languages on this planet. It's very unusual if they aren't. Also exists, really. Thank you, Para. Yeah, professional troll. Yeah, I think so. Matter of fact, I kind of think I think they might be government based. But yeah. Adrian Wilkinson, demon. ETs are not demons, hun. Unfortunately, I know what demons are. I had one that nearly killed me once. That's a story. You have to go back through my podcasts. Hit the replays. You'll find hit the description boxes, because that was when I was doing the description boxes. Different ball game. They're not demons. Yeah. So nope. Totally disagree with you. Okay. It's ISUCK Flippers. Yeah, and that fun name. Okay, and we have 13, 14, and 15. Hang on. Wait a minute. I gotta see the one to be able to. Well, all right. Hang on. Nikki, do you really believe, though, that all ET are bad? If you do, I really beg you to reconsider. Surely in your times you have met. Okay. So, Jacqueline, you don't know that I have good and bad experiences. I have times to where I absolutely love the experiences that I've had with the ETs. I go through, this is why I call it the process, because it is a process to experience. I've had the good ones. I've had the bad ones, and I've had really bad ones. The really bad ones are usually with the ETs who are working for and with human governments. The shit that they're doing, I take great issue with. The hybridization programs, there are times I take great issue with that. I understand that I have a soul contract with them, and I've had a soul contract with them for multiple lifetimes. And I only realized that this lifetime. But I have had good experiences. They're few and far between, but I have had good experiences. I've had experiences that are absolutely mind-bending, that where you've got, what was he, 8 or 9 feet tall, Laborian, transforming right in front of you from a human, what looks like a very, very large human, to a, what some people would call a Lyran. He's feline race, but anyway, and his claws retract. So I've seen that right frickin' in front of me, not 3 feet in front of me. Yeah, that kind of caught me off guard. Actually, no. Yeah, 3 feet. I was gonna say maybe I'd push it to 4, but no, 3 feet is. So yeah, I have had the good, but I've had mostly stuff that I've been trying to understand. I know people that have had the love and light experiences, and that's all they talk about, because they believe that that's all the ETs are. No, there's good ones, there's the love and light ones, there's not so nice ones, then there are ones that are violent. The ones there's nasty ones. So there's all different kinds of levels, just like there are all different kinds of levels with humans. Humans have different behaviors. Well, so do ETs, folks. Think about that. Okay, so there's something else I was going to talk about. So our human politics are not something that they are overly concerned about. The wars, however, yeah. The missile silos and the different forms of I don't know how to word this. Forms of vehicles that transport nuclear weapons, I suppose is how I would word that. Sorry, I was just trying to focus on one spot up above and trying to figure out how to word that. Anyway, you just got to figure out where you take your stand. There are times where my stance is, I want my kid, give me my kid back, and quit effing with me. And then I've got times where I'm like, oh, there's my child. Oh, look at him playing with whatever other hybrid. Cute as can be. You know, the kids are beautiful. Kids are, oh my god, these kids are just drunken. It's just amazes me. It really, really amazes me. Anyway, let's see. I'm too much. I'm tired. Let's see. Here we go. Let's scroll back. I think I got my point across. All right. Let's see what. Clara. Let's get back to Clara. Let's see if there was something else she said. Okay, could you scroll back and read what I sent, please? Yeah. Okay, I see orbs fly by in my peripheral vision at times. Yeah, that's normal when you've got some kind of the abilities. After my dog passed, I saw a white tennis ball sized orb fly by. Then my cat watched something right after I saw the orb. Okay, so why is that a question mark? If that's what you saw, then why is it a question mark? Yeah, orbs can be, oh God, orbs can be pretty much anything. An orb can be a spirit. An orb can be an ET or a Sasquatch, or some other kind of being or entity. The Fae can use orbs too. Oh, quite often the Fae use a lot of orbs. So there's all different kinds of situations. I've never known of, now I could be wrong, but me personally, I've never known an animal in spirit form to be in an orb. I've never come across that. Other psychics may have, other mediums may have. I've never come across it. So there's an answer to your question. Okay, did that. She had some other things she had said. Clara Films. I had 2 items fly off the tables. They were on today, yet my man still doesn't believe in paranormal activity. He saw it, still doesn't believe. That's denial. Probably not gonna believe it until it happens repeatedly. And a spirit usually does that. A demonic can do that as well. But usually it's a spirit trying to get your attention because something is going on within the home. Oh, hold on. So you're going to want to look into that. Aaron Blitzkrieg says, if someone abducts you, you should be pissed. Yeah. Marilena, extraterrestrials currently are banned from taking us. That's not what I know. But if that's what you know, let's have a conversation because I would like to know which ones. Are they with the Galactic Federation or with one of the others? I'd very much like to have a conversation about that. Amy, I wasn't mad at you. Those were just some of the realizations of what is really going on that torments me hourly and daily. Okay, understood, Amy. Thank you for saying that. Good on you. Don't let Jacqueline, good on you. Don't let the emotions take over. It's a natural human emotion. But you are wise and understand the bigger picture. Yeah, I really do. There's so many different levels of the quote unquote bigger picture regarding this. It really was the ETs hoping that that the humans would have betterment for their another brain part, for their higher consciousness. The fact that I'm even on tonight is a big deal. I really wasn't sure if I was even going to be on here tonight. My body is just really worn out, really tired. My brain is tired because I'm not getting enough sleep right now. And this all goes into something that happened on Friday, which just upset me. It was a psychic vision that upset me. And the person that I was talking with said, how do you handle this, Nikki? And I remember telling this person, I said, you got to understand, I've had serial killer crime victims come talk to me. And the one that is stuck so horrifically in my mind is the guy who came to me who was a victim of a serial killer and he was skinned alive. And he was like, I just want to be remembered. I don't want to be remembered for this, but somebody needs to know what this person is doing. And he's like, I know. He was like, he was afraid he wasn't going to be remembered. And I'm like, but your family remembers you. And so there was kind of like a disconnect with him, mentally for him, but yet he grasped it. And he's like, I want you to see what happened to me. And I know this, I know this perps, all the stuff that he did, or not all of it, but a gigantic amount. And I don't know, I never got this crime victim's name, first name or last name, never got it. I can describe him though. His image is like semi-burned in my mind. I don't know if I'm assuming he had family, somebody who loved and cared about him. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know where he came from. I don't know what part of, I know he was United States. I know he was a U.S. citizen, but I have no way to track him, and he hasn't. I mean, I probably could at this point, at this level, but I don't know if I could do it right now. But anyway, my point is that was my response to this individual, because it's like, there are times where you get a crime victim coming to tell you information because they simply do not want to be forgotten about. And there are times where you may only get a first name. You may not get a first and last name, or how old they were, but you can feel from their energy what their spirit, you can estimate. There's like a guesstimate time frame. So like from this age to that age type of thing, you can get that feeling from their energy. And then there's a lot of detail. There's a young woman named Jennifer. Oh my God, I love her. She's phenomenal spirit. And she loves her parents deeply. I don't have any way of getting a hold of her family, to let them know she really is on the other side, because her case is a cold case. But I know, sorry. I know in detail how she died. I know in detail how the other guy died. And the very first one that started me off in 2018, I was told by police that they were going in a different direction, and I was hung up on. And they didn't believe that this victim was murdered by a serial killer. She was. Somebody had been doing it for a very, very long time. Very long time. He's one of these people who is a hardcore controller, creates a partner. They usually get a third partner, a female, who does both of them. And then they unalive her, and then the main guy unalives his quote-unquote partner that he's had for 10 years, or 5 years, or whatever. 8 is the number I've got stuck in my head right now. But anyway, and then he moves on. Pattern changes. So you get you get situations like that where you get a victim showing you very detailed information, and then from what happened to them. And to this day, I still watch for 1919 on the numbers. 100 and 1919. And really interesting. Anyway, so I still have her body memory in my body. And I think that that's because she has not, her body was found. She was a missing person and then became a cold, she didn't become a cold case. But none of her stuff has made news. None of, if they got the guy, they were going after or what. She gave me very intense information, such intense information that I actually thought it was happening right that very second to her. And it had already happened 2 weeks prior. 2 to 4 weeks prior. I got to go back through my notes if I have to really pull that one. So you have situations like that, and then you've got police who don't want any information because they don't believe in psychics. And yeah, I do have it with, not with spirits who are giving me information, but with psychic visions. I can be wrong periodically because what usually happens when I am wrong, it means that the timelines have shifted. And I don't know how else to say that. It's not really a timeline. It's a situation to where things happen in that person's life and they make other choices. So a psychic can see something, say this is going to happen, but you have to understand that everything to make that situation actually come forth to fruition, all these other things have to happen in life, no changes whatsoever to that specific timeline for that psychic vision to happen. So if it doesn't happen, something else has happened throughout the many different ways that this comes together. And that's not hardly at all explained in the psychic medium world. I get very frustrated by that because, yeah, there are psychics that are spot frickin' on every frickin' time. But do you understand how many things have to happen way out here in the timeline to make all of this finally come together for this situation to happen? So, yeah, I get very frustrated with seeing, oh, it's going to happen. Well, and there's a reason why I'm saying this. Because on Friday, when I was out and about running my errands, I sat down and was dealing with business. And I look up, and because I looked up a very specific way, my head cocked in a very specific position, my eyes go from down to up, there was something that happened between that action, looking up at the person I was talking with, and their physical action. I don't remember what it was, but it was a move of their arm. And some word that they used. I can't seem to recall the word. Whatever that was, that series of events triggered a psychic vision that really freaking upset me. I mean, it's the person who was in front of me can attest. I started shaking. Because and I was like, do I say something or do I keep this quiet? And because of the serious nature of this, I said something. And it scares me to say, when it's of this nature, when it's this serious, it scares the ever living shit out of me. Because I logically know, even if I give that information, there is a possibility that this doesn't take place. However, you can't rely on that. If that is what you're seeing at that moment, you have to speak it, especially when it's dangerous. It is not as a scare factor or a scare tactic. It is a forewarning. It's something to pay attention to. But the other side to that is comprehending that things that happen way out here, so here's the psychic vision that was seen, and things way out here months in advance all have to come together for that thing to happen. So what you can do, if you have something like that, if you have a situation like that where you're told by somebody, if you believe in God, if you believe in the other side, start praying about it. That's my take on it. If you don't, then don't. That's simple. And you take it as a warning and you go, okay, well, then that means I need to prep and be a little bit more head on a swivel and be a little bit more careful and kind of watch out for things during the time frame that I was told. But doesn't mean you need to stay in fear. Absolutely frickin' not. That's a choice. So there are different things that you have to realize, and people get very frustrated with that kind of stuff, and I get it. Okay, I haven't seen chat in quite some time. Okay, loud noise, maybe. Oh, not very loud, okay. Hey, that's right. Thank you for saying that. If you're new here, double tap that screen, like, share, and subscribe. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Howard Tim 4YO. I bet you kick butt on Dr. Mario. Oh my god, I haven't played that shit since high school. I had to think about that. I think it was high school. Mario Kart. Yeah, Asteroid was my thing back in the day. Miss Pac-Man and Mario Brothers or Mario. I can't remember. Been too long. Let's see here. So with that psychic vision that I received when I was out on Friday, pet lovers forever, experiencers. Yeah, thank you for that. You see aliens in Home Depot. Now that's comical. I appreciate it. Thank you. Trying to find, making sure I got everything. Okay. So Jacqueline, I want to get back to that. Nikki, do you really believe that all ET are bad? No, I really don't. And I literally just got told to move on. Oh. Yeah, I agree, Marilena. She's saying they're empathetic, loving extraterrestrial. They prefer being called friends. Yes, they do. Yeah, you're welcome for clarifying. Yeah, Marlene is saying we are starseed, and since we are physically here, we are also part of Earth. However, we are not native to Earth yet. That's true. Hey, Trace, how you doing, hun? Oh, here we go again. We got 14 in here. Tyrannical timekeeper. Love you and glad we are friends. Cool. Thanks. Instant ET incubus. Jesus saved me. Cool. That Jesus saved you. Okay, let's see. Bad experiences with ET, but really good ones. The good ones will always be my friends. Yeah, that's how I am. Jacqueline, you have a very kind soul, Nikki. Oh, I hope so. I have my moments, and I get very frustrated, and Friday really threw me for a loop, to say the very, oh my God. Between Wednesday and Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today I've just been, I haven't had, it's been a long time since I've had such bad back issues, and having my, waking up from a nap, I decided to spend Wednesday in PJs because I was having such a bad back day, which doesn't happen all that often. Not like this, not at this level. This was 2008 level. I mean, it was really bad, really, really bad, very scary, in fact. And it doesn't happen like that all the time. And this was solely because I sat wrong when I was meditating. I got into a really deep meditation state, and meditation was great. Learned a hell of a lot. Also had a lot of trauma because of different things that got called up, but I've worked through some of that. And that's what you've got to do when you're an ET abductee and you're dealing with this shit. It is a process. You do have to process different sections of emotions bit by bit each time. Work on it. It is an emotional thing to do, but it's necessary to be able to move forward in your life and to have mentally healthy thoughts, actions, behaviors, that kind of thing. Okay. So it's having a brain fart again. Anyway, being an ET abductee is not all it's cracked up to be. You live your daily life, and you hear, you recognize different sounds, different feelings from being an ET abductee. You know when you can tell after a certain amount of time when they're going to be picking you up again. For me, I had high-pitched buzzing in my left ear, and it got really freaking loud on Tuesday, and then it got really freaking loud early Wednesday morning. By Wednesday afternoon, I had taken a nap. I was in PJs. I have a knot on one of my PJs. I did that because I was I didn't do the proper sewing to fit the PJs properly on me, and I went, screw it. So I created a nice little knot here, and that was facing my front when I went to lay down. When I got up, it took me a half hour from the time I was out of bed, gone to the bathroom, did the typical routine. I was out in the living room, and it wasn't until the second time it happened that my shirt was all the way up here and strangling me. And I was like, what the hell? And I looked down, and the tag is on the front. So on these kind of shirts, the tag is digitally, however you want to. And you don't have like a fabric tag anymore on a lot of these pieces of clothing, and it's literally printed onto the fabric. And here I look down and I'm like, that's supposed to be back here. And I started freaking out. And then I got pissed off because I didn't register. My body registered that I had to go to the bathroom right away because for me, that is the standard. I immediately come off the ship. I immediately wake up and I'm instantly getting to that bathroom because I got to pee like crazy. Because, hello, the pressurization on the ship, and I'm very sensitive to different, like, barometer pressure, different pressures in buildings, like in hospitals, or buildings that are like locked down and have a specific airflow in them, that kind of thing. And I'm extremely sensitive to that kind of stuff. And I didn't because I was going about my getting up from a nap type of routine type of thing. And I'm not always walking out into the living room or the kitchen. Sometimes I walk back into my room and take care of different things and then go out and take care of other things out in the rest of the apartment, or I'm outside or taking a walk or something. But the point is that when you wake up and you find your clothes are on backwards and you know damn well that the knot that was sitting right here was pestering the ever-loving crap out of you when you went to lay down. So much so that I folded it over so that it wouldn't have that knot on, so the blankets wouldn't lay on that, because it was really driving me nuts. And to wake up and register that your clothing is on backwards. But then also to be told by others, well, didn't you just put it on that way? No, I didn't. Or being told, you make anything. Well, you can turn anything into an ET abduction. No, I don't. So, yeah, there's that kind of reaction from folks, and it gets kind of interesting sometimes. So, anyway, you have to really register what the hell happens. And because I knew that this was supposed to be I was supposed to have my bonding time with my infant. Now I do know in my body that they actually did give me more time. I can feel that. And I can feel that I had that bonding time with my infant because it made me happy. And I could feel in my body. So there are different things when you're on board ship, and when you do the circadian rhythm bonding share with your hybrid infant, you typically have a sensation that you're left with afterwards. So not always, but usually. Okay, let's see. Well, that's interesting, Drew. I didn't realize that. Okay, so this person is called SoJCC. If someone panics, do they laugh about it? Can people create a compendium of all this knowledge somewhere? Thank you in advance. Yeah, actually, oh goodness, there's a couple of people in ufology who have given their information. They've created a library. It's a physical library, and I suspect because there was talk at one time of creating like a warehouse type of building to create a library, but they're using somebody's. Well, they started out using somebody's garage because the amount of information that they were receiving from very well-known individuals who crossed over, who died, who passed, and that information, and there's well documented information. I just don't remember the name of the man who's doing it. I know Paramarg and Andrew Gnome's Trucking Express have, maybe they remember the names because there was two different people on Dave Scott's show, Spaced Out Radio, who he interviewed talk about that very thing. So there are a couple of people who are doing that. I unfortunately I do not remember their names right now. But you know, you might want to see if you can find these people online via different social media. Hopefully that answers some of your question anyway. Okay. Yeah, Skin Alive is a new low. Yeah, no kidding, Drew. Para, oh gosh, that sounds awful, Nikki. I'm so sorry that you have to endure the ugliness that humans can sing to. Yeah, I've had so many different crime victims come to me that things I will probably never get out of my head from those victims because of what happened to them. Matter of fact, there are certain songs I can never hear again. Songs that I used to love, whether they're country songs or rock and roll songs I can never, ever hear again without thinking of that person's unaliving. Because those specific songs were being played either while they were being unalived or during the course of their kidnapping or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's just, and you guys know I love music. And these were, I mean, you know, one of them, oh God. Here we go. Hang on. There's one song that I haven't enjoyed the words, but I've loved the music and the rhythm and the beat and but I can never even, I start thinking about, it correlates to me to that, now it correlates to me to one specific perp. Or there's one song that correlates to two specific perps. But anyway, yeah, and I take great issue with that. Yeah, humans' ugly businesses, the unaliving of each other. Yuck. Love pets forever. Oh, thank you for that. Bless her outside and inside. Don't watch. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. That's why I'm more scared of humans. Yeah, I don't blame you. You're Yeah, you have, Drew. He said, I've helped Nikki on some of these. It's mind-boggling to me. Yeah. It's because of Drew that I figured out what vehicle one of them was using in 2018 or 2019, Drew. I don't remember right now. Somewhere in that time frame. Yeah, I still have body memories because this person put their hand over a vehicle, and this spirit put her hand over a vehicle, trying to leave her prints everywhere she could. Even though they had her, God, they had her really drugged up. I don't know what they gave her, I don't remember right now. I know that she told me the name of what it was, and this was real specific. I remember it being an injection. They injected her. Can't remember where or how. But yeah, just wicked crap. And how they were doing the transportation. So yeah, there's a few serials that SERIALS. There's a few serials who yeah. I try really hard not to bring that stuff up into my head because I can't even. There's no movie that I've ever seen, no TV show that I've ever seen that even comes close to what these people have been through. And I've seen a lot of different kinds of TV shows over my time. So I used to be able to handle murder mystery shows, and I just police shows and fireman shows, and I can't. I can't anymore. Is she working undercover? No. Trace tuning in. Oh, thank you, Clara. Thank you. Adrian Wilkinson. No demon worshiping here. Absolutely not. Okay, Max Based is saying, shut the F up, Betty. In other words, that's directed at me. Fancy that. Entertainment Extreme Network. I see a UFO doing the CE5 app to make contact. Oh, that's interesting. Sedona, yeah, I'm sorry, but I had to. Oh, yeah, I understand, Sedona, regarding last name of April and the one with MD. Yeah, it's not political, that's for sure, that subject. Speaking of which, I think it was you that had asked about that subject earlier, much earlier. Personally, I believe it was heavy targeting. That's my own personal opinion. It is an opinion. It is not based on psychic information. It's not based on, it's only based on things that I've witnessed via watching different videos, watching different things since that individual's death. I quite honestly believe that it was a like a mental breakdown due to heavy targeting, is what I believe. People laugh over 5G targeting. It's very real. I know people that have who have never experienced voice to skull, who have been very logical, thought-provoking, critical thinking skills, and now they're having, in their 40s and 50s, they're now hearing what it's like to hear real targeting via voice to skull. And it's very methodical, it's very vicious. A lot of times people are hearing voices that are not their own. It's not schizophrenia. It's not mass amount of people going schizophrenic. This is voice to skull shit. And it's the kind of thing to where I'm hearing from others that who are not depressed, who are not, do not have any psychosis of any kind whatsoever, are medically okay. I'm going to use the word okay, and I'm not going to say healthy, but I'm going to say they're okay. And those people, they're talking about all of a sudden they have somebody telling them to unalive themselves. They're like, what the? And they're getting angry. And they're like, why? This is not who I am. Where the hell is that coming from? And people are asking questions. This is what government is doing. This is, it's really convoluted. It's really effed up. And yeah, I take great issue with this. So yeah, it's not people who are delusional. They're not delusional. They're not schizophrenic. They're not in advanced stages of Alzheimer's. They don't have dementia. There's nothing wrong with them, but they are hearing these things. And when they get away from all kinds of Wi-Fi that they possibly can, like leaving their phones home, not driving a vehicle that has all the technology, driving a classic vehicle, older, that doesn't have that kind of tech in it, then they seem to do better. They get out into the woods or they go to the ocean. They seem to do better. They don't have those issues. Then when they bring the tech back, they start having all kinds of issues all over again. So, yeah. And people in the in the public, they're like, oh, this isn't happening. This isn't real. Yeah, it is happening. Start really paying attention. Yeah, it is. Start protecting yourself. Start wearing the caps, the beanie caps that have the silver in it, or the ones that have the metal protection inside it's like a Faraday cage for your brain. This is no joke shit. You got to be careful. Let's see. Jacqueline, I feel, Nikki, that there are good beings behind the scenes protecting and helping you, even if you may not see it. Oh, I know they are. I know I've got angels protecting me. It's interesting because I actually have both sides protecting me right now. That is huge. Do you know what it takes for that to happen? They're not happy. Neither side is happy, and they're like, no, this is not okay. You've got a mission. This is what your mission is. You've got to do this. On Wednesday, one of the questions that was asked of me was, what were you told in your meditation that is your mission? I'm supposed to teach. Well, apparently this is what I'm supposed to talk about. I'm supposed to be talking about the ETs, the global government, the technologies, the weapons that are being used on humans by global governments. I mean, there's all sorts of shit that's going down. And we're not talking political stuff here, folks. We're talking the deliberate unaliving of mass amount of people to get them whittled down, because there is a form. That's not conspiracy. Do you understand how many billionaires have talked about that kind of shit? How many mega millionaires are talking about this shit? Pay attention, because it's happening. It's going on this planet right now. And does it make the ETs happy? Hell no. As far as I know, no, they're not happy about it by any stretch. Jacqueline, sorry, Nikki, I've been bombarding the chat tonight. I'll try to quiet down. I know you have a lot you want to cover. Don't worry about it, hon. I've got most of the stuff that I didn't write down. I've gotten that, hopefully, I've gotten that out of my system now so that I can go through stuff. Okay, Jacqueline, no worries about it, hon. Not to defend either of them, but maybe they are waiting for more information. Oh, it's adult. Okay. Nah, I don't necessarily. Okay, gotta be careful what I go into. Yeah, I agree with what Amy says regarding someone not being alive. I'm not going to read. I'm not going to read that because I'm trying not to say his name. Okay, so I'm going to say something because there seems to be a conversation going on here. There are United States government, along with other governments on this planet, have the ability to make clones. They have had the ability to make clones for close to 50 years. I've heard some people say over 50 years. As far as I know, it's from 1957, somewhere between 57 to 69. That's what I know. Because I keep hearing those two numbers, 1957, 1969. Specifically are being said by very specific individuals that are old timers in ufology. Okay. And they've longer than 1990s. Okay, long time. Now I know that I've got 3 clones, but they are being used, or at least I don't know if I've got any more. I just know that I've woken up in 3 different clone bodies on board ET ships that were global government based. They were not ET based. Those ships are extremely different than a regular ET ship. Very different. The ET ships are living conscious metal. The global government ET ships are metal. Sheer through and through metal. Some form of metal. I don't know what kind, nor do I give 2 shits. Being on board a regular ET ship is very relaxing, unless you're pissed off. Unless you're emotional and pissed off. Which then they cut the connection to the ship. Or rather, the ship cuts the connection to the human. Because they don't want that, because it's like a collective. It's not a collective mind regarding the ETs. It's a collective for the ship. So the ship doesn't want that kind of negativity. So as soon as they feel the anger and all of that, they do a cutoff from the telepathic connection until the human calms down or is knocked out, brain-wise is knocked out by the ETs. But being on board a human and ET ship, it's all metal. It's very, very different. The energy on board is very different. The attitudes from the ET, oh my God, they're not nice. The females that I've talked to on board ship, as nice as they will tell you to stay away from the males, because the males will rather pop a human's head off or pop a human's arm off rather than just talking to them. So the females I've talked to, which haven't been a whole lot, but there have been some. Sorry, I'm getting tired. They really make a point, and the ships are quite different. Very, very, very different than the T-ship. So there's differences there, and when you're on board a human ET ship, you want your head on a swivel, and you see clones all over the place. Human clones. They all look like they're in their 30s. I do not remember any human clone looking older than, say, 35. Or no, 36, excuse me. But the person driving that, the higher consciousness driving that, they can be 50s, 60s, 80s for that matter. Depends on how an 80-year-old's mindset is, how fast it is still running, still operating. Big difference. So, okay. Yeah, so Jacqueline says there's definitely something happening with sound frequencies lately. Many of us are lucky to hear the change. It's signals to become alert in that moment. We are lucky to be aware of that. Most humans aren't. Very true. Very, very true. Yeah, Jacqueline, as in ringing high-pitched in ears with no medical conditions, it's extremely common amongst certain groups of people at the moment. Yeah, there really is. Trinity, I can't tell if that's Ivy. Trinity Ivy Moon. Hello, Ivy. What are y'all talking about? Extraterrestrials? Different things. Whoops. Hit a button. I went pasty white. Okay, I just want to see. Oh, God, we're back at it. Okay, let's see here as we go squeaky squeaky. Thank you, Paramar, for dealing with... Oh, wait a minute. Whoops. Oh. And... There we go. Yeah, Jordan Maxwell. Yep. Okay, we've got quite a few things going on. Jacqueline, my experience is similar to the movie Arrival. It's that type of... No, they don't make flicks like that anymore. Agreed. Okay. Interesting conversation between folks in chat tonight. Yeah. Okay. Would not unalive himself. Yeah. And back with the massive amount of trolls. Hera, speaking of population, I heard an interesting theory recently that claimed... Oh, that's interesting. Claiming that China's population is greatly exaggerated, instead of 1.6 billion, closer to 500 million. Good God. It's the first I've heard of that, Hera. Wow. An attack of the clones. Yeah, that's kind of comical. Wow, Anchor Haven. Wow. Clear memories. Yeah. Yeah, I've got quite a few clear memories on the ETs. It's just like, wow. Okay. Really good point about the clones. Yeah, there's so many clones going on that there's some people that were made to look like they were dead, and they're not, and they're living other places. Because they've been extracted by whatever government. So yeah, there's all kinds of situations. All right, so we're back down to the clones. Oh, that's an excellent question, Para. Para's asking Nikki, since you've seen no older clones, 1036, do you think there's a quote unquote Logan's Run, end quote, type situation? I'm not even sure what that is, where they are retired at some age. Well, I think they're unalived at some age. Once you're not used, then they're put in. Okay. I do not remember this per se. What I do remember is that when they want to get rid of clones in SSP, they put them into a hand-to-hand combat situation or into a warfare situation. And that's why I got into trouble, because I brought people back alive. As a pilot in SSP, one of my goals was always bringing everybody home alive. Because once their clone body is deceased, physically deceased, the consciousness breaks and it goes back into what's controlled, the control device. I can't think of what it's called. Well, I don't remember what it's called, but it goes back into it automatically gets pulled right into the device that was put on the human's head. And the 3-part device that's removed, you've got the one that stays, the one that goes to is the controller, and then the one that contains the higher consciousness form. And so then that form, that device is taken back to the abductee, and the device is put back over the forehead, and they remove the full 3-piece device, and then they're back. But yeah, SSP, they'll put them into a warfare type of situation and want them to be dead, so that they don't have to deal with them. Because otherwise, they're paying for the maintenance and the clone containers, or this status containers that they're in. Hopefully that answers your question, Para. But that's how they get retired. Oh, I hit the button again. That's how they get retired. If they're outside of SSP, I don't have a clue as to how they're retired. I would imagine, based on what I've witnessed in SSP, that they would deliberately try to unalign them. Hey, Robert's in the house. No button pushing for you. Yeah. Your mods are amazing. Great work. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Yeah, I've got some great people. Happy Out to Space 2. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Amy. Oh, my God. Yeah. Amy knows that I've got a goal tonight. I really wanted to talk about this. Thank you. So she said, Nikki, did you want to finish up on the psychic revelations? Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, so there's 2. One was on Friday, supposedly happening in June. I'm not talking about what the hell it is. But kind of like a weird question for everybody. Are you somebody where if you unexpectedly you're out in public and you come across somebody that you don't know that unexpectedly stops you and talks to you? Now, this wasn't my situation. It was somebody that I knew. But do you tell them? Are you somebody who wants to hear the information, even if it's not good? Or are you somebody that if you hear that kind of information, that you focus on it and that you can't unfocus on it? And then you Fearmonger yourself. Would you want to know? That's my question to the greater public. If you're watching the replay of this, put your answer in the comment sections, please. I'd love to know what people think. Or if you're running a business and a psychic unexpectedly shows up in your business in your store and is a customer and unexpectedly says something, do you take that as a threat or do you take that as a warning? Or should the psychic have ever said anything? What if it's to save lives? So some questions for everybody. Either put it, if you're on with me live, put it in the chat. If it's not, put it in the comment section during the replay, please. I truly would like to know what people think on that subject. Okay, so today I received a psychic vision that really upset me. It wasn't as bad as Friday's, but it did upset me. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do this without screeching. Chair might squeak. Ooh, I'm going to have to take some meds tonight because I don't be able to handle that. All right. So I have it written down as summertime tragedy. Oh, 2333 on the numbers, folks. I have it written down as quote-unquote summertime tragedy. This is near an old, closed-down coal mining area. So it's outside of a town that was known for coal mining in Tennessee. There are or will eventually be some way, somehow, one person, a couple, or a small group of people who will believe that it is okay to go, quote unquote, spelunking through a closed down old mining shaft or shafts. They believe it will be okay to traverse, so I have it written. They believe that it will be okay to traverse the many shafts and hidden canyons of this coal mining area that are shut down. Somehow they get in and they start doing their rock climbing, and I guess it's called spelunking. But the problem is they go too far. There's some kind of area where there's a problem with air. I don't know if it's poisonous or if there's not enough of it or what. And the people are suffocated. So it's they suffocate, and or the bad air causes a. See, here's the other thing. What I actually saw was somebody falling because of a poor grip, and it all had to do with the air. So what I saw, and I couldn't. It felt like a guy that fell. Something happened to the clip, the clamp, whatever it's called, did not catch him, and he goes all the way down. And the reason he goes all the way down and loses his grip is because whatever happens to the air. And they are very far in. So I don't know if anybody comes to look for them immediately, or if it's after they are past their time that they are, everybody that's within their circle of friends and family know that they're supposed to be backed by, or know that this one individual is supposed to be backed by. What I saw was one individual. What I felt was more than 3 people. So I don't know quite how to take that. I'm assuming it was a small group of, say, maybe 4 people. And this is the first person that is affected by the air because they get down into this pocket of air, of bad air, whatever. I don't know what kind of air it is. I don't know if it's stagnant. I don't know. I just know that it has to do with the air. And this person goes almost completely unconscious. My nose starts to run. Sorry. This person starts to go unconscious, and they let go. And for whatever reason, their connections via their climbing gear does not stop them. I don't know why. I don't have that kind of knowledge. I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't know if it's this summer, next summer, 2 summers from now, 5 summers from now. But I'm talking about this now. And it's literally near the old Van Leer coal mine. Now, all I know is what I remember from Lynn, last name of Lynn, country singer, first Loretta, and that her song, Coal Miner's Daughter. That's the only reason why because I got the psychic stuff. I kept getting told Van Leer, and it literally when they first started saying it, it sounded like Van D Leer, and it's not. It's literally because of the twang in the spirit that was saying it. And then my dad kicked in with it, and he corrected it. It's Van Leer coal mines. And it was said over and over and over again. And I'm like, okay, I got the point. I got the area. I know what part of the country you're talking about because of Miss Lynn's song. And what about it? And then I get this. It's overwhelming. Climbers, and then I hear the word spelunking, and then mine shafts, and then I'm seeing this person on some kind of colored rope. I can't even describe the colored rope. I just know it's climbing rope. It's professional climbing rope, and the person is wearing some kind of gloves on their hands, but their arms are bare. Something about like their they know that the air is going to be hot where they're going, and they're like from the knees down in like shorts, so like it must be kind of like cargo pants. I can't see the color, but it's like I can feel them. It's strange. It's like I can feel the energy of his body. And this guy's a smartass. Sorry, I never got that before. This is the first time. So, he's got a good sense of humor, but he's a real smartass, whoever this guy is. He's considered a nice guy by a lot of people, and this is going to come across as, I don't have a name, and it's going to come across as a major tragedy. His loss will be considered a major tragedy, as will, the loss of lives of others. But all I know is he's the first one to go down. So there's that. And there was something, so thank you, Amy, for that, because this was very upsetting to me. So, I mean, it's just been one thing after another, psychic hit after psychic hit after psychic hit. And the more I'm out in public, the more psychic hits I get. I call them psychic hits because they hit my head a very specific way. And it's like, whoosh. It's like somebody, yeah, it's sometimes it's not so fun. So there's that aspect of it. And there was something about, I don't know, I'm going to have to go all the way to the bottom. I think I had asked Amy to put something in chat if it ever came up. It's common dangers in exploring deep mines and caves. Air quality can suddenly drop in a matter of yards. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this was, all I know is that I could feel this guy in the process of passing out. And it hit him so fast. It's like it happens within a matter of, I want to say less than 10 feet, but I really want to say less than 5. Like 5 feet and under. I mean, it's like he's going down the rope, air is fine, and then all of a sudden it's just like whoosh. And he is like seriously overcome. But I know this, they are in a mine shaft area that is closed down. And supposedly from the feel of what I'm feeling of the surrounding area, this is some place that the locals know that people go to climb. I have no idea where this is at. I just, all I know is this information. So yeah, it's a wild, hey Woo Riders, it's a wild situation here. Woo Riders, happy Mother's Day. Oh God. And that's, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Jacqueline, I agree. There are fake psychics out there. They are very clever at mentalism. However, there are also real psychics for sure. Yeah, definitely. Mary, hey Mary, how you doing? Mary Hancock. There's. Yeah, yeah. This world is beginning of time. Yeah, there's a lot of hate and stuff going on. Paris says, I would want to know, then I can choose to do with it as I see fit. If I'm not told, then I have no choice. Bingo. See, that's how I feel. Lauren, hey Lauren, how you doing, hun? Hi, Nikki, happy Mother's Day. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my God, yeah, it is. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all moms out there. And I know dads have next month, but there are dads who are moms for their kids. So I'm wishing you a happy Mother's Day too. If you are a parental figure, I wish you a happy Mother's Day, a happy Father's Day, happy Parents' Day. You got a lot on your hands. So I hope you the best. Hope for you that things are the best. So, okay, let's see if I can scroll back up and see what I missed. Parrot, in the movie book Logan's Run, at age 25, citizens had to report for a ceremony, and they were unalived for the quote-unquote for the good of the community, end quote. Ooh, wow. Oh, that reminds me of an episode of Stargate SG-1, where they have kids doing that at age, and nobody's alive beyond the age of 27. I saw that sometime at the beginning of the year, and I went, I can't handle anymore. I'm done. So I haven't watched it since. But and I've seen the shows. I've seen all 10 seasons so many different times. But it's been a while since I've seen any of it. And I saw that, and I went, oh cripes. Yeah. So I understand. grandson just joined the chat. Cool. Oops, worksheet. Okay. Jacqueline, why is Super Chat not available? Because I haven't hit that mode of being able to. I haven't hit all of YouTube's requirements yet. So that's one of the reasons. That's why Super Chat's not available. And actually, that's actually a really good question. I need to write that in. YouTube Super Chat. I don't have that set up, but that's been because I haven't had the ability, the time, all the correct things for YouTube to do it. But when I get that taken care of, yeah, that'll get done. Testing. Okay, let's see. Holy Ghost Grass, 1979. Interesting name. Okay, Romans 1:16. Okay. Hello, Holy Ghost. Did you want to? Oh, yeah. Okay. See, I did do that. Okay, so and caught up, I think. Yeah, Jacqueline, it's important to all stay together and not be divided by countries, religions, etc. There's so much hate in this world. That's hard for good ETs to understand why humanity is like this. Oh man, I've had that conversation with them so many times. Many of them do not understand human emotions. Now, quite a few of them do, but there are quite a few who don't. So you get that lovely little sideline to this. So I asked my question about Friday. We have the summertime tragedy. ETs and human politics. ETs are not here to save us from ourselves. They are not about taking over a government of any country. And one of the things that I also said to this person I was talking to Friday morning, regarding that subject, human governments wouldn't allow it, number one. But I honestly think that, well, in the United States, they do so many surveys, or they used to, because I used to get political surveys all the time. They used to do not just political. They'd word it. You'd get like a 60-word or 60-question questionnaire, and they'd spend 30 minutes with you on it, and you have you either can answer on your own, or you've got a answer by multiple choice. And so I used to I received that off and on for 15 years, 18 years, something like that. Used to do that all the time. And then nothing else. After that, my thing just said, "Oh, you're live again." Oh, that's interesting. Oh, good. Amy, thank you. So from Google, because I asked Amy to put this into chat tonight. And this is a quote that I got from Google. From Google, quote, "Current status, there are no deep mines operating in Van Leer proper today. Although some operations exist nearby, the town has been dissolved and reincorporated several times over. End quote. Thank you, Amy. Chef's kiss, dear. Seriously, that's a big deal. Because that I wanted, I knew there was something I really wanted stated. So yeah, that tells you how big of a deal this is. And it will make national news. I don't know about global news, but I know it'll make national news. So whenever this takes place. So please, folks, stay out of those mines, stay out of the shafts, quit doing your spelunking there. Find safer locations, people. Whoops, hello. Bounced my... this is not a try. Oh, and now it says I'm reconnecting again. Okay. Blue Riders, I read your info on middleweight champion. Let's see. Okay, read that already. Thank you, Para. Please hit the like button. Helps the show. Yes, it does. Happy Mother's Day. Looks like gotta bust off the cobwebs on the swing. Oh, got it. The brain fart. See, now I got it. Oh, you. So there's a conversation between Mary and Sedona. Tell me what it means when I know the phone is going to ring before it does, and I can feel my kids are sad, even though they are adults now and live elsewhere. Well, that's psychic connection to them, dear. This is one of my common in exploring deep mines and caves. Air quality, yeah. Okay, hang on. Gonna start coughing. That weird tickle at the back of my throat is driving me nuts. Yeah, it's possible it's natural gas, but it can also be bad air, just stagnant, stale air that became toxic over time. It could be, it honestly, it could be anything. Unless I've not been told, so I don't know. Cheryl, my dad owned a mine in Granite Falls, Washington. Blast into the mountain, the air gets weaker. You can get lost in it too. Very stupid and dangerous to explore old mines. Yes, I agree. Not in conspiracy way, but there are problems with it. Yeah, I agree, Jacqueline. Yes, telekinesis. Yeah, Sedona says to Mary, telekinesis. Yes. And where Kentucky is in eastern Kentucky and has coal mines. Yeah, I thought it was in Tennessee. It stuck in my head that it's Tennessee. But thank you for putting that out there. Paramar, Van Leer, Kentucky is in eastern Kentucky and has coal mines. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Para, for putting the Wikipedia link in there. That's, yeah. Started. Thank you, Amy. It's less tragic if they were doing what they love when they die. Aware of the risks? I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a tragedy. If the patterns continue to where they go straight into something like that. Oops. Yeah. Understanding. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Cool Cat. And hi, it's nice to see you, hun. So Cool Cat says, do we need better pictures that President T, I'm not saying the man's name, I will say T, said he was going to show us of UFOs. Do we need to clarify better pictures? Excuse me, they have better pictures than what they were putting out. So if you go to war.gov/UFO, you will find what the U.S. government put out in, it's either 161 or 162 files on ufology, on what they have on ufology. And it went, I believe it was 1947 to 2023, I think. But that's not even remotely all of the files by any frickin' stretch of the imagination. The files that I saw in that book that were U.S. documents were 1932, 1933. And there were thousands, just thousands of documents. It was absolutely mind-bending. So yeah, this is just the very beginning if they start showing these things. Yeah, Para, they are just getting started with getting that info out. There should be more and better information coming according to those we know. Those in the know, yeah. Yeah, supposedly. Anchor Haven, bye guys. Bye, hun. Thanks for coming in. That's a good, Amy. While I respect someone doing what they love, even if it ends them, my thought is there are people in their orbit that would also suffer due to their, yeah, that's true. Spelunkers, cave exploring can experience difficulty obtaining standard affordable life insurance. I didn't know that. Affordable life insurance, as insurers often classify it as a high-risk adventure sport. That's a very good point. Never even realized that, Amy. Thank you for commenting that. Yeah, that's a good point too, Jacqueline. Imagine this, a good, moral, empathetic ET viewing humans for the first time, viewing all of human history and patterns, etc. It would be quite sad for them, eh? Yeah, it could be. Yes, you're connected. Thank you. We are here. Thank you. Oh, Tammy. Hey, Tammy. She says, good morning. How you doing, Tammy? Hello, Flick Rare. Haven't seen you much lately. You looking beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tired, but as long as I don't move too much, we'll be okay. Rick back. Anyway, wishing a beautiful Mother's Day, Mickey, and to all moms here in the chat. I have to go. It's raining. Cold day. Oh, hon, get warmed up. And I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day, dear. Swifter is stating a Bible verse, Deuteronomy 18:10. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, ETs are not dealing, typically, are not dealing with our 3 different groups of them. They're not dealing with our lost my words, politics. But you have to remember, regarding people being unalived or coming up missing, there's one person on that list that I was directly told by my guides that they are on a different planet. They're on Mars. I'm not saying the person's name, but they were labeled as deceased, that they had unalived themselves. And I was specifically told by my guides, that's a lie. They're on the moon. And I went, whoa. And then that's when I started asking questions. I was like, why the hell are they, what kind of teams are they putting together? Is SSP putting together new teams? And why? If that's the case, why? So Jacqueline's asking about the Miami shopping mall incident. Yeah, those were real ETs. And wow, did they tried to cover that up, and that was a piss poor covering up. But yeah, those were real ETs. Just like the Las Vegas situation, those were real ETs as well. And then the quote unquote face peelers in was it Mexico? I don't remember what country. Yeah, those are real ones too. They're different kind though. That's a whole other thought process, but ugh. Yeah, a lot wasn't adding up with that story on the news. 100%, says Jacqueline. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, just Peru. Thank you. I could not remember. For whatever reason, I'm getting Peru mixed up quite frequently with Brazil, and I don't know why. There's something about those two countries. Well, there's also something about past lifetimes with me with both of those countries. But anyway, so it's probably what. Thank you, Para. Anyway, there was more I was going to talk about tonight, but I'm not remembering what the hell it was, and I didn't write it down. So, let's see, Ari Shackelstein, because it gets so dark in the middle. I swear I saw a craft land and take up. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me, Ari. Not at all. Okay, so wait a minute. I missed a couple. Miami Mall incident was the Nephilim. No. Not according to what I know. I've seen similar. There was a form of light being. It was an ET, but there's also ETs who can choose to look like they're a light being. They have a physical ability, a frequency ability. I don't know what the words were. Anyway, I think I'm done for the night, guys. 2.5 hours in, and I need to take care of myself. Tomorrow, well, technically today is Mother's Day in the United States. I'm hoping to go to the beach. I don't know which one yet. I either go north, south, or straight ahead. And I'm like, nah, it's too small of a beach. I don't want to be on that little beach. So I'm not going straight ahead. So it's either south or north. Anyway, I just don't know which yet. Lauren, fun fact, 3:33 Eastern on May 2nd, play Earth's second. When you say Earth's second moon, do you mean, fudge buckets. I had the name of the planet. Starts with an M. Not Moldback. Crap balls. I can't think of the name of it. I've known other people to call it the second moon. That's why I was asking. Not Moldoc. Oh, bugger. All right, well, it's apparently not going to work. I'm not remembering it. Hey, Fatty Cakes Productions. How you doing, hun? Tammy, after the crash in Mars world, they sent the alien bodies and didn't the bodies disappear? Happy Mother's Day. Day. Yeah, thank you. I hope you guys have a very good, yeah. Good night, everyone. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. Take very good care, folks. For those that remember to say Happy Mother's Day to your mom on the other side. If your mom's on the other side, be sure to wish her a Happy Mother's Day. They still appreciate that, folks. I'm very, very appreciative of my mom. She's been around a lot this week. It has meant the world to me, especially with what I've been dealing with and going through. Every day has been intense this week, so today was a rest day, and I'm going to try and do a little bit of that tomorrow. So thank you. Thank you for the loves, the shares, and the likes and the subscribes. Trying to remember everything right now. I think that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the support. It truly is very appreciated. Anyway, that's it. Bye, folks. Much love to y'all. Bye.